So my question is, rules are rules, yeah? We get that. We
They're
know it's meant to be broken. Look at that.
Yeah.
We know that you're not allowed to have a political standpoint
Forget about it.
in that setting, yeah? So the argument was, should he be fined knowing what he was doing, knowing that he was in breach of his contract or
If rules are rules. If rules are rules, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because if they have a set of rules for
You
him,
submitted yourself to the will of the
and
rules.
exactly, so he should be held accountable for what he does. Like what he don't know.
But does that come under a political
But
stance?
this is my
No,
argument.
what I'm saying is like
gonna be on that.
what I'm saying is that if you have taken a certain career path, right, and you've stepped into this corporation, organization, whatever it is, right, and there are a set of rules, right, you know that you are supposed to follow these rules and stuff. What these people don't understand is like a lot of these companies are plantations, and there's a chain, and at the top there's your master, and you being the worker, you have to abide by certain rules. And when you step out of line, you get punished. That is it. So if he's doing something that he's not supposed to do, he should get in trouble. Now, for me, you know, stuff like this just shows who the F1, who these other people who are saying what they're saying. It just shows you who they really are. Undercover racists. Because it's not really about what's right and what's wrong for these lot. It's about, boy, you stay in your place. Don't speak up. You get paid to drive, not speak up. Get back in your place. So I can kind of see both sides.
Yeah,
but,
definitely. I could definitely see both sides, because when I was listening talking about it, I was like, yeah, you should get a fine. Not like a fine's going to hurt him anyway, but take the L, and he spoke for us, so I love that.
You got to compare, he can come back from this, Breonna can't.
Yeah.
And that's the difference, is all these people chatting a load of shit, saying, Britain's not racist, but people are dying. And those people can't speak anymore. So guess what? You're going to have to break the rules.
I'm the person that will always say, bun the F1, bun football, boxing, all these sports, because all of these play a part in all this shit. Like, all of them, they don't care. Because if they really wanted to stump out these things, they could, but it's not a priority. It's not. It's just the moment's the moment, and let's deal with it in the moment, because it's going to look good on us ultimately. And that's what we want, to look good. We don't actually want to fix the problem.
Yeah.
So me personally, I'm like, fuck them all, because all the athletes and stuff, they know what time is, you know? They all know these corporations, these people, they're racist pieces of shit. That's it. There's no getting on.
I would slightly disagree, because I don't believe everyone does. I think some people go in thinking, you know what, it's gotten better.
Oh no, when I say that, I mean the people who are aware.
Oh, okay.
Even just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
It's like, if someone is...
You even know it unconsciously.
Of course,
when you look at like football, there's no... can I think of any black managers? Bash, can you think of any?
Houghton. It's like one or two.
But
not many.
even
Compared
with
to how
that,
many are actually on the ground in teams now. There's no... It's
not a minority, as per usual. So, yeah. No, cool. So then my next question leads to, because they dropped the charges, what does that say about the governing body in F1?
Do you know what the question is? Why they truly dropped them though? Because you've got to look at it. Did they drop it because they actually believe that although he was out of position for doing what he done, and we've got to find him because he broke the rules. If they broke it basically on the principles, there's no reason for you to go back on it. Yeah? If, like, flipping, you got a parking ticket. If you were parked in the wrong place, and they fine you for it, they are not going to, you're going to appeal, and you know what they're going to say? No. Because you should have read the sign, it's your responsibility, there you go, pay for it, yeah? But if they then revoke it on whatever grounds, yeah, that means there's morality involved, yeah, or guilt. It's two options, yeah? If you're basing it on morals, okay, you know what, this was maybe an extenuating circumstance, then that's where the moralities come in. But then, are you going to allow it every time something along those lines happen? Because that's what we'd have to wait and find out. If it was something similar that happened again, will they let them off? If they don't, then we know.
And what's almost
and it's down to outrage of people.
And what's almost impossible to see is the intent.
Exactly.
Intent is not something that you can see, because these people can make it seem like they actually care when they don't. Now, for me, I believe none of these fuckers care, because the spaces...
They care about how it can affect them.
Yes, but in regards to morals, they don't care.
But this is why, when I say morals, it's not necessarily about the situation, or it can seem that way, but now we've got to look at, all right, you know what, we've got how many people that watch Formula One just for Hamilton alone, yeah? If we turn around and follow through with this, we might drop how many thousands of viewers. Right now, with this pandemic that's going on still, you can't afford to be losing people like that, yeah? Because they need the money coming in. So now we have to question this. Is it worth making him go through that and losing this set of people? And you know what? They're not only just unfollowing him, they're now going to possibly stop watching F1, period.
Let me tell you this fact,
Or do we keep them in, give them a blight, and then try and make it seem cool and cushy?
Let me tell you this fact, right? It is not about the fact that Breonna Taylor was killed. It is not about that fact. Just like it wasn't about George Floyd. The media purposely picked George Floyd. There's been hundreds of thousands of black people with special cases, and they've ignored it. So when they're picking these things, it's not because they care. You get what I mean? Like it's
the impact.
It's not a caring thing. It's like, how are we going to get the best out of this situation for ourselves?
Covering their own back.
Covering their own backs. Yeah. And this is why it's so...
I always ask why. As I said,
why.
Why is such an important thing to ask in any situation? Why did this happen now? Why did people react in a way? Obviously it happened because pandemic, everyone's at home watching. And then why are they continuing to roll on that energy? Because that energy is anger, fear, all that stuff. And then people are actually getting themselves sick.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're focused on this hate. Then what do you think happens? Wave 2 happens, and there's way more people sick because we've been fighting for months.
For everything.
Stressed out.
But the thing is, as well,
something else is going to happen.
Of course.
The other thing is as well, remember, it seems like things have a bigger impact when it's involving the US. Because there's been, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't be supporting them, because at the end of the day, if we're looking at it as black people across the board that we're supporting, it doesn't matter where in the world it is. It's as a collective, as black people, but the amount of people that have been killed over here from police violence, or being incarcerated and left, like how many people have died in a jail cell over here? Mad numbers.
I actually don't know.
There's even down to the video the other day, Kano's video. He's got pictures up of people that have died over here unjust, lawfully. The biggest thing over here was the Mark Duggan. Other than that, you have the smiley culture, you have all for decades now. We've had it happen. But do you think if someone wore one of their t-shirts and did it, it wouldn't have the same impact? But yet, obviously, America being America, it always seems to capture a lot more, so it has more of an effect. And what happens to them affects us here.
I kind of think that America is the pawn. So obviously, in America, it's just like complete and utter madness, right? We're not like that over here. Over here, it's subtle, it's control. It's like let's let it be seen as we've got this under control. Our people are not like that here, but.
Give us the right to bear arms, and you'll see how
the United Kingdom is worse than America.
Do you know what? I personally think,
Yeah,
like,
in
I've said
what
it already,
way?
I feel like
What I
we're
mean
the
is like-
spearheads.
It's like colonizing.
Oh yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you really pre it, this country has so much blood on their hands. Like, this is the mother. America is the child.
What you're trying to say is that we're Ghost and America's Tommy.
Basically,
that is a
that was there.
perfect analogy.
That was it.
That is a perfect.
Yeah.
was it.
Like
Yeah,
that is it.
Tommy's a madman.
Because you think
Ghost
about it,
behind
put it
the
this way, yeah. Look at the size of America compared to here, and I've been saying this since I was young about just war, about everything in general, yeah. How is it that somewhere that's so big, yeah, that has so much, whether it be people, we've got a minor, we're what, not even the size of one of their states, yeah, but yet when they're in shit, who do they call on? First thing, they've always
call
been
their
their
mother.
allies, yeah,
They
right.
call their
No,
mother.
but what happens? A son outgrows, most men become bigger than their mum at some point, right? That's how it is. It's like you've just outgrown in size, but you're not bigger than her.
Your mum's always your mum.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'ma do this shit, but do you know what? When I need some help, I'ma still run back to you as much as I've moved out and done my shit. Because you're the source.
No, I hear that. I hear that.
I think that until other races actually feel what we've had to feel as black people, there won't be a change.
Of course not.
Because you can only recognize, or you can only really understand what it is that we're screaming about
If it happens to you.
If you
if
feel
it
it.
happens to you. And if it doesn't, then cycle just goes on and on.
Pain is never understood until pain is felt.
There you go.
There you go.